Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing how I curl my hair. I always get questions on it, so I figured why not do a little tutorial. So a little bit of background, I don't wear extensions. This is all me. It's a lot, I know, it's a little bit crazy. It's a little bit intense. So anyways, yes, today I'm going to be showing you how I normally curl my hair for videos. There's a couple different techniques that I use as far as curling when I want to make my curls look a certain way. If I want them bigger, if I want them to look beachier. I think it's the curl that I've worn throughout all my videos. So if you guys have commented that you wanted to see that, this is what that is. So I have super long hair. It goes down to right here, so I can't really get it in the whole entire frame, unfortunately. But we'll just work with what we got. So I'm going to kind of talk through a little bit of this so you guys can kind of get an idea of what I do, and then I'll kind of speed it up so that we can get through it a little quicker. Okay, so starting out, I always like to separate my hair. If you don't have as thick of hair as me, that's maybe not necessarily a step that you have to do, but I just feel like separating it into layers in the end creates a little bit of a better look. If you just start with your hair like this and you start curling, pieces start to want to stick together. It doesn't look as full, so definitely, I would separate it into layers. So I start with pulling all my hair up into just like a half ponytail. And leaving like this bottom layer from like right above your ear down. And then I just take this top layer and kind of put it into a little bun on top of my head. Like this, like the style everybody wears, right? And with my little ghetto brush, it doesn't have a handle. Don't know where it went. I'm too cheap to go buy a new one. I just brush out my hair. And then, there you go. Okay, so for the curling iron, I'm going to be using this Jose Eber curling wand, which I believe this is a 1 inch. You can go between a 1 inch and a 1.5 inch, and that's what's going to give you these waves that I'm going to do today. I don't necessarily recommend using a curling iron, just because, for example, so I have one right here, the little clip that's on it, because of this clip, it makes you want to use it and go like you've been taught all your life and roll up. These are going to create those spiral waves, which is definitely not what we're looking for. So if you're going to use your curling iron, just like a little tip, don't use the clip until after you've finished wrapping your hair around the barrel. So if you're going to use one. But for today, we're going to be using a wand. This, like I said, is a Jose Eber wand. I believe this was from like a kiosk in the mall. So this isn't like some fancy, super great wand. Honestly, any wand will do. Before I actually got this wand, I had just used a Revlon and I took the clip off of it. And it was pretty much the most ghetto thing you've ever seen. If you flipped it like this, the entire barrel would fall out. So basically anything is gonna work as long as you kind of follow the steps and techniques that I'm gonna show you. So like I said, you're going to be using a 1 to 1.5 inch barrel. You can go bigger, you can go smaller, but a smaller barrel is going to create really tight, almost like ringlets, and that's not what we want today. And then anything bigger, like if you were to use something like this, it's going to create really thick waves, which are beautiful, but that's not kind of what we're going for. That maybe will be a different tutorial. So how I curl my hair, I start with pieces that are about 1 inch to 1/2 inch in width. So like that, that's how all my pieces are going to look. The bottom layers you don't have to worry about as much because people aren't seeing them, but obviously, so you can grab a little bit bigger with the bottom layers, but I just like to keep it pretty much consistent throughout the entire time I'm curling. So sticking with kind of like this width right here. So the key for this curling look is that we're going to be curling away from our hair. And when you wrap it around, I kind of twist as I'm wrapping, if you can kind of see. And then I don't curl the very end piece. So you kind of see I have probably 1/2 inch of the end piece of my hair, like the very bottom, that I'm not going to curl, but I'm just going to keep that straight. And then I hold that for like anywhere between 5 and 6 seconds. And then I kind of pull it out like this because I don't want them to be tight. I want these to be really loose and really pretty. So this is kind of going to be, you can see on my white shirt, this is kind of going to be the look that you're going to get. Grabbing again another piece, about 1 to 1.5 inch. This one's maybe a little bit bigger, but you can kind of see this general width right here, 1 to 2 inches, and then wrap away from your face. So you don't want to be wrapping in, we want to wrap away. And definitely, like you can kind of see as I'm pulling the hair around the barrel, I'm kind of twisting it, and that's going to give it that really pretty curl. So about 6 seconds, kind of pull it out, and then we're going to go all the way around our head. Okay, now that we have that side done, we're going to move to this side and do the exact same thing, but instead of curling this way, you're going to be curling the opposite way. So put your curler in your opposite hand, take that piece, and then curl away from your face. Okay, so our bottom layer is done. Now we're going to take out this bun and bring down another layer. We're still not, if your hair is not super thick, like I was saying, like mine is so thick, so I can separate it into about 3 different layers. But if that's not necessarily something that you need to do and you just need to separate it into 2, then go ahead and just bring the entire top layer that was in that bun down. But if you were the type of person, if you're watching this and you just separated it into 2 layers, stay away from the front part of your face for now, and then once I bring down my top layer, we'll do the front of our face together so that you can kind of see what I do there and see how I do near the front of my face. So basically same technique, you're going to be doing the same exact thing as we did in the bottom layers. Making sure that you are curling away from your face, that's important, don't forget that. Okay, now that this layer is finished, we're going to bring that top layer down. And make sure your hair is parted in the way that you like it to be parted. So keeping in mind what I was saying throughout the whole entire thing, I'm kind of going to re-go over what I told you guys. So making sure that you grab pieces that are about 1 to 1.5 inch in width. You're going to want to hold this on the barrel for like 5 to 6 seconds, and then once you have unwrapped it from the barrel, kind of tug on it a little bit to make sure it's not super tight. If you go any smaller than this width, hold it for less time. If you go any thicker, hold it for more time. And then when you're curling, make sure you're curling away from your face and that you're kind of twisting as you're wrapping. Alright, now for this top layer, I kind of start in the middle section right here. I don't know why, I just do that. So grab some sort of piece right in the middle and then use that same technique that we've been doing. Okay, so now when you're just left with these front pieces, so I have about this thick near the front. Now I part my hair in the middle, so it may be a little bit different for you. But I have about this much on each sides of my face that I like to work with. And I break these up pretty small. So the closer I get to my face, the smaller of a piece that I want. So I take a piece like this, kind of half it. And using that same technique, you're just going to wrap it around the barrel. It's like 5 seconds. Pull it out. And then this piece right here is pretty small, and that's what we have near the front of our face. So you can kind of see that. And this very front piece that's going to be right near our face, I probably hold this around the barrel for 3 to 4 seconds. I do not want this to be tight. I want this to be probably the loosest curl. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I pull this out like that. So I want that to be the loosest curl on my face and be really pretty and waterfally. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And then I had a little bit more hair on this side than I had on this one. So this piece I'm also going to half again. And then this piece closest to my face, just like we did the other side, only going to wrap it around the barrel for like 3 to 4 seconds. You get that really pretty loose wave. And then lastly, I'm just going to kind of answer some questions that I've had asked to me in the past. Some people ask me on my Instagram, some people mention it in the comments, so I thought I'd just answer it before you guys even have to ask me again. So, got a text. So, a lot of people ask me how I got my hair this long, because like I said, sorry I'm wearing a crop top, it's pretty long. I don't cut it very often. A lot of people have a misconception that you have to cut your hair in order for it to grow. This is true for people who have damaged hair, color treated hair that breaks a lot. So if you have a lot of split ends, your hair is going to break very easily. So of course your hairdresser, the best advice she can give you is to cut it above that breakage so that you're going to have healthy hair. But if you do not have like damaged or color treated hair or a lot of split ends, that's not going to be the case for you. So you don't need to go get your hair cut every 4 to 6 weeks or however soon your hairdresser usually recommends in order for your hair to grow long. I probably cut my hair once to twice a year, so not very often. I honestly hate going and getting my hair cut. I don't know what it is. I absolutely hate it. I'm just one of those people, I'm just like, just cut it and let me leave with it wet. I don't even want to spend the time. I'm just crazy. But that's my best advice for you. So don't think that you have to cut it in order for it to grow unless you have a lot of breakage, because in that case your hair is just going to break anyways and it's not going to be long, if you know what I'm trying to say. So my hair, as far as length, how I got it to be this long, my dad is Italian, so Italians have a lot of hair. So that's basically all I can say. This is natural. I don't take anything for it. However, I have had friends in the past that have had good results with a supplement called biotin. You can get it at Vitamin Shop or GNC. You do have to take really high amounts of it. I think you have to take like 3 pills a day. So it's kind of a lot, but I've heard that it does work. So that's an option. And then I'm sure there's all types of remedies and all that kind of stuff for hair growth. But if you just don't seem to have great luck with growing your hair long or making it thick, extensions are a really, really good options. You can get extensions that look amazing that aren't necessarily like from the salon that are in your hair for months, but you can get clip-ins that look incredible. I'm not super familiar with extensions, but I do know from watching YouTube videos and other beauty bloggers that 2 great brands are Lily Hair and Bellamy Hair. So I've heard really good things about those two. So if you're interested in extensions and just kind of zhuzhing your hair and making it all thick and you can't do it on your own naturally, look into extensions. Seriously, they're great. And then as far as color goes, I touch up my hair using the Revlon Frost and Glow. I did get my hair colored probably 2 years ago, coming up in February. So like this coming February will be 2 years when I went to a salon to get them to do my hair, and I got a balayage or a balayage, I'm not sure how you say that, but that's what I asked her for. So it's kind of like an ombre, but a little bit different because it's not such a stark, like dark to light. It's kind of like pieces peeking through everywhere. That's what I asked her for. Actually, the video that I watched to do my hair is Jessie James Decker. She's Eric Decker's wife. Some of you may be familiar with her. She has an Instagram, Jessie James Decker. She also has a YouTube channel, and she has a video of her, what she calls honey dipping her hair with the Revlon Frost and Glow. And that's what I just followed her video, and this is the outcome. If you have darker hair, your hair is going to probably not have the same type of turnout. Even though I do have pretty dark hair, I had already had it pre-treated, like I said, that past 2 years, so I kind of had something to build on top of. So if you have super dark hair, I would probably recommend going to a salon first, just so that they can pull the right color, because the darker your hair is, it's just going to want to pull orange, or brassy as they like to call it in the hair world. But that's obviously not a cute look, and that's probably what's going to happen if you do the Revlon Frost and Glow on your own. So like I said, I would recommend going to a hairstylist first, and then you can probably touch it up using the Revlon Frost and Glow, kind of like I do, and it'll give you good results. So guys, that is it. If you have any more questions that I possibly missed, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments down below, and I will definitely answer them for you. And like I said, just be on the lookout for other hair videos and tutorials coming soon. Thanks guys, bye. Ow, I burnt myself. Ugh. That's the only problem with these wands, is that you can burn yourself and it really, really hurts. Sometimes they come with gloves, but I'm like, too hardcore for a glove. But yeah, you can burn yourself sometimes, so be careful with that. Side note, PSA, warning. These actually don't get as hot as some other curling irons I've used. Some other ones literally like freaking burn your skin off. It's terrible. But this one's actually pretty good. Like I said, I got this one from, if you're curious, this is the Jose Eber. Looks like these. Looks like these. I believe it was just bought at the kiosk at a mall. I think my mom actually bought this for me, so I'm not really sure. It's pretty good. Have no complaints. I'm not really like picky about the hair tools that I use. Like I said, half the stuff that I use is Revlon, and this stuff is super cheap. You buy it at Walmart, and I think it's great. I love it. So work with what you got. If you don't have something that's super expensive, don't worry, because you can still get really good results. So just putting that out there.